Wagwan people. It's Harry
Oh,
from
wow.
to back. Okay. Yeah. TJ, do you want to tell everyone what you're doing?
Well, I'm running away from the police right now. That's all I'm doing. Nah, let me tell you, I'm on my lecky bike, innit? I can't lie to you. Had a bad day at work, innit? So I decided to leave a bit early. Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Bro, obviously, I got a mic as well, innit? So if the audio's bad this episode, it'll get better.
Yeah.
It's just I need a dongle to put the headset because I can't hear the audio. When I plug the mic in, basically, when I plug the mic in, innit, I can't hear nothing, bro. Like, I can just hear you. And even when I was inside, innit, I couldn't hear nothing.
Oh.
But how's the audio right now? Is it bare noisy?
It's good. It's good. It's fine. It's fine.
It's all right. Cool. As long as it's all right and it's not too noisy and the people that join is not gonna like have like an air raid and that.
But it's no fuzzy or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's fine.
Yeah, but it's cars up my arse as well, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
carry on what you were saying, bro.
Bro, let's talk about. Did I speak to you about Villa? Yeah, because we lost the Villa, innit?
Yeah, man.
Like, what do you think of that game before we talk about Monaco? Because I messaged you in the Monaco game, innit?
You know what? Listen, man. We are playing really poor, man. Let me be real. Like, it's one of them games where we're just playing poor, not creating enough chances. It's absolutely insane, bro. Let me be honest with you. Yeah, we sacked Ange Postecoglou, and I keep bringing him up, innit? But it's not because let me make it clear. Look, Ange, we all knew he had to go, innit? Yeah. Let's be real, innit?
Yeah.
But Frank, he needs to get this right, man. I'm gonna still give him time. Like I said, I'm still backing him, innit? It's just. It's not. We're struggling, bro. We're honestly struggling. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Like, it's one of them ones where it looks like we're losing every single game. But
don't you think though that the problem is that because we lost Kulusevski, Maddison, and obviously Son. Yeah, I mean Son. I don't think he'll be the same player this year anyway, but. And we lost all those goals and assists. Okay, we brought in Kudus. Well, but don't you think that because we've lost all those players, right? And then he's got to work with like Odobert, Tell, Johnson. Like we've lost a lot of goals. Don't you think? See, my thinking is I could be wrong. Yeah, like you're like you can say if you disagree with me, it's fine. I think he's trying to make sure we don't concede because he knows. We're not going to score a lot of goals, if that makes sense. So, like, that's why I think Ben's Companion basically play every game because he doesn't want us to concede because he knows we ain't going to score a lot of goals. Because let's be honest, Tell's not that great. Johnson made that chance he missed.
And here's where you're coming from, innit? But the thing is, innit? Football's a results-based business, innit? See, the problem with Frank, innit? And this is why I didn't want Frank. I made it clear I didn't want Frank to be the manager. Look, now I'm supporting him. Go for it, bro. Go for it. Yeah, man. Yeah. I made it clear I didn't want Frank to be in charge because I felt like it's too big of a step.
For him, you mean for Frank?
But for Frank, yeah. We've turned into the Bournemouths and the Brentfords of this world, man. We set up like a mid-table club. Don't you see it, though?
Yeah, but don't you think that's partly because of all the players we've got as well, or not? Like, we finished 17th last season.
You might say that, yeah, partly because of the players that we have, but, man, we don't create clear-cut chances, man. And I think Frank has been found out. That's the problem, innit? And that's the main problem. I think Frank has been found out. And it's clear how we're setting up because we clearly know we have a problem going on the left winger side, isn't it? We direct most of our players on the right side.
Right. Yeah.
So look, for me, we're too what's a good word for it?
Predictable.
The teams have found us out. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Like, if you look at every single game, innit, there's more than 2 players on Kudos.
Yeah,
So regardless of if we don't have our players back, Kulusevski, you got the likes of Madison, you got many players that are out right now. Yeah, it shouldn't be this. I don't know, man. It's just it's turned into like a hard game to watch, man. I'm struggling to watch Frank's ball as well. You know,
I think he made a mistake in the Villa game, and shall I tell you what I think he made personally?
go for it.
Like I don't think he should have played Xavi. Like I think we lost the midfield because if you watched McGinn, McGinn was playing on the right.
Yeah, McGinn, yeah.
Kept tucking in, and then we had like 3-on-2 or 4-on-2 because obviously Xavi would go forward, and he had identical partner against like 3 or 4 Villa players, and we were losing them.
Yeah.
And I don't think he should have played Simmons. I was quite surprised he played him because me and you know, Simmons, isn't it? He's weak. He's not strong.
Bro, listen. You know what? Forget all the Simmons thing. Most Tottenham fans are just so deluded. I don't understand them. You know, because when Simmons came in, what did I say about him? I said, listen, I don't know what Tottenham thinks they're getting, but they're not getting that. They're getting an unproven player. And I even said, when I probably was the only fan in the Tottenham fan base in it. Yeah,
I think you probably said it, bro. It was probably me and you because I said the same thing. Do you remember? I said the same thing as you.
Let me be honest with you. With this statement, I was probably the only person in the Tottenham fan base that didn't want Xavi Simmons to sign for Tottenham. I actually have receipts of me saying to also my Chelsea boys, yo, I beg you, outbuy us. Like, we missed out on Eze, and I was like, we're going for Simmons. And I listen, I can pull it up in it, and I can show you. When Simmons came to Tottenham, I was like, yo, why didn't he man just spend the money, outbuy us, innit? Because for me, I was like, I wanted Paqueta. Personally, I wanted Paqueta. I was all for Paqueta.
I wanted him too.
Yeah.
I wanted him too.
Yeah, obviously, I was all for Eze, and we didn't get Eze, and I was all for Gibbs White, and we didn't get Gibbs White. But Simmons can become a worldie. I'm not gonna start here and say like, yo, he can improve. His age is a big factor in why he can improve. But this is the problem, innit? We were setting up. And this is not like we're doing it the second season of Ange, you know, where we brought all them young players and we decided to give them time to develop the Bergvals of the world, the Greys of the world, and all of this. This season was meant to be a season where we are actually making a statement in a way. Like, I'm not expecting us to do massive things in it, but after winning against winning the Europa League final, innit? I expected us, and we were kind of making the signings like that. We signed Kudos from West Ham, proven Premier League players. So for me, I feel like Simmons, we need to give him time. 110%. I'm unlike everybody else. I knew what we were getting. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So I'm not expecting mad things from Simmons because for me, he's unproven. There's still so much he can learn. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Like, when it comes down to it. But yeah, man, that's my take on Simmons. What about you? What do you think Simmons needs to do to improve? Because
he needs to hit the gym, bro. He needs to hit the gym, man. Just he needs to get stronger. That's the problem. Because like get stronger.
Go for it, bro.
Get stronger, yeah. Like, this is Doncaster players, yeah. Like, he was getting bullied off the ball by them. He's like Championship, League One players, whatever. Like, because he's just not like strong enough, man. Like, you look at Eze, like you mentioned, yeah. You look at even Gibbs White, like they're big, not big as in like that, but like they're muscular players, man. Like they're strong. Like, you can't muscle off the ball easily. With Simmons, I look at him, and I know Frank mentioned him in regards to Wirtz as well. At Liverpool's struggled as well. They're just not strong.
You have to give them time, though. No, but see, this is the thing. It's not even. I agree with you in a certain sense that the physicality is a bit mad in the Premier League, right? I agree with you, innit? However, them type of players, I'm not gonna lie to you. What makes them so good is how they're built. Like, they need to adjust to the Premier League, in my opinion. I don't think it's a case of physicality. They need to put on weight and all of that. That's where I'll disagree with you, innit? I don't think they have to change their structure. Nothing like that to become a Premier League player. What they need to do, the Wirtz of this world, they need to just get better Bill, you know, like understand the Premier League, understand how fast the Premier League is, because the Premier League is fast, bro. Like, let's not get twisted. It's like you will have time in the German Bundesliga. Like, let's be honest here. You have so much time because it's like 4 teams that are really, when you say up there, or like good enough to rival the main team in Bayern Munich. And even that, like you got Dortmund there, but Dortmund's not on the same level as Bayern. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, 100%.
Bayern is the main club, isn't it? Obviously, Simmons comes from RB Leipzig, and we understand why we bought him and whatever. I'm not saying Simmons is a bad buy, but we have to give these times to these players time to develop. And let's make it clear, Tottenham should be the perfect opportunity for these guys to develop into these players that we want them to come. Now, the problem we have right now is we have a manager that has. The reason we brought in Frank, and this is what, you know what, I need Brian Daigle to come back on here, you know, because there was a show that he came up with, and I was a bit iffy about Frank. I was a bit iffy, and he was trying to say he loved Frank and all of this and all of that, and he loves that he's so versatile. Bro, where is his versatility? Apart from the PSG game,
he hasn't changed
the versatility bit.
Bro, I admit, I was the same thing. That's what I wanted, Frank, because I thought he would change formations. He would do something different in it.
You're going to have to read the comments. I can't see it as I'm riding in it. So
David says, hi, do you think Kudus will become a better player than Son? TJ, what do you think?
Police after me, man.
What? Coming off you.
So down, bro, I'm just been chatting about shit. Fuck you, man. It's already, bro.
Huh? They stop you? What?
Hold on 1 minute. Fucking hell, bro. Yeah, I'm back.
Alright.
Fucking hell, man. Fuck. Big man thing, bro. Do you see how quick they were?
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard it. I just started hearing police. I started hearing police sirens getting closer to me, innit? And then what I saw in my mirror, I got a mirror here, innit? The police turned. So I cut through that road and I hid behind the car. But then the police siren stopped. Let me get out of this area. What am I doing, man? Yeah, but carry on with what you said, bro.
Well, the question was, do you think Kudus will be better player than Son? I think he means like in the end.
What do I think Kudus will be a better player than Son?
Yeah.
With the right development, 110%. If Frank, no, 100%. He's got a high ceiling.
Yeah.
Kudus can become the player that Son is right now. Could he become better? Look, there's a bully van right there, bro. Look, can you see it? Oh shit, let me.
Now you just joined anyway. Hey, Eugene,
hi guys,
right?
can you hear me?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I can hear me. Yeah. Oh, fine. Yeah, now I've been busy day. My laptop died on me, so yeah, I'm just using the phone. Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Message earlier. Is everything okay?
Yeah. Just let it see what happens from there. Yeah, it's nothing major.
Hopefully everything gets good, man. Hopefully everything gets good. I pray for
I
that.
hope to. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna stay over here, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
Bro,
I mean,
the police are after me, man.
TJ's running from the feds. So.
No, I'm not even chatting the most, bro. The police are after me.
Why are they after you? You're not. Why are they after you? You're not naked.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, man, I'm sweating, man.
Yeah.
That was so fucking close. You know what? As soon as I turned the corner, I'm under a little alley. That's why you're hearing a bit of an echo, innit? As I turned the corner, I started to hear police sirens. So I thought, there's nothing of it. It's not for me, innit? And then I looked in my mirror. The police went past the road and it turned around and went down my road. So then that's when I said, police on me. So I started started riding bare quick, innit? And I got to the end of the road, and then there's a little slit where I can like go through, and I hid behind the actual van. Bro, that's fucking ridiculous, man. On a serious note, man, I'm sweating as well, bro. And I'm on an electric bike, man. I shouldn't be sweating on an electric bike. What the hell is that? I need to change my lifestyle, man. Yeah, but yeah, carry on with what you man was saying. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just got. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but
yeah, we'll talk about Villa, then we'll talk about Kudus and Simmons, and I was going to talk about the Monaco game. But do you have anything to say about the Villa game, Eugene? Because we flipping lost, man.
Yeah, to tell the truth, right? I know Frank needs time, right? At the moment, I don't understand our fan base. We can't criticize him a little bit. It's like he's got carte blanche to do whatever he wants and nothing can be said about him. You know, I don't understand that part. You understand? I'm going to tell you this, right, guys. We are in the era of Conte and Mourinho ball, right? And we are just being, I don't know, hoodwinked to it. This is the same opposite 2 years ago when Ange came in, when he played the ball forward, and everyone said we were attacking, and everyone was so happy, and everyone were also ecstatic, right? Now we are more solid in defense, right?
But we're not
and
attacking.
everyone is saying, look, we're not attacking them, man. But everyone says that, oh, look, right? We haven't lost this, blah, 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 right? So I've always been saying, I'm a Spurs fan. All I want Spurs to do is to win. You get what I'm saying? I don't care whether it's Conte ball, Mourinho ball, Ange ball, whatever. I want us to win, right? And surprisingly, out of all the screwed up managers that we had, right, Ange is the one who won us something, okay? And to today, people still can't put a bit of respect on his name. Whenever we talk about Ange, they want to slate him. They want to talk bad about him. And whenever we talk about Frank, right, they'll always bring it back to Ange, which I don't know why. Ange is gone, bro.
Yeah.
Right? He's gone.
Can I pause you there? Can I pause you there? Can I just say something? The only reason why you have to bring up Ange is because the next manager is judged based on the last manager. The reason you sack a manager is to become better, right? That's not me saying that I'm already over Ange. Ange can go wherever he wants to go with it. But when you bring up Ange, you judge your current manager based on your last manager. If he's doing better, if he's doing worse. What is this card doing, man?
No, but TJ, you understand what I'm saying now, right? The thing with Frank now, right? I do watch-alongs. You understand what I'm saying? And he's starting to bore me like shit. You understand? It's like we're going through PTSD all over again. You know, but this PTSD is in reverse. You get what I'm saying? The previous PTSD was that we couldn't defend. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah. Now
we get scored. Yeah, we couldn't defend. Right? Now and now this PTSD is that we can't score.
Yeah.
We are not creating chances.
You know,
we're not having attempts on goal.
Yeah, you know what? Can I tell you, before you jumped on, I said the main reason why Frank is struggling to actually attack is because we play like a mid-table team. He focuses down the wings, and let's be honest here, we don't have the current players to actually to provide a support system. There's only one player that we attack to, and it's Kudus, because he's our best technical player. When you have the best technical player, you want him on the ball all the time.
PJ, we are being found out all the time. Whenever we give Kudus whenever we give Kudus the ball, right? The opposition team double teams him, triple teams him. He can't do anything anymore. You understand? Yeah. He's got no more freedom, and then he's getting frustrated. Exactly. And then he's being overplayed in that position. Yeah. Right? And the thing is that all I've been hearing before Frank was our manager, right? Before the season started, right? Frank is gonna coach the best out of them. You understand what I'm saying?
Remember, the
Right.
reason we put in Frank is because he was really diverse. This is why Brian Daigle sold me a dream, because I'm blaming Brian Daigle for this. There was a show I jumped on, innit? And no, he has to answer for his crimes as well, because he's a part of the problem as well. Because when you say that Frank is really diverse, we haven't seen the diversity. We're playing the same style over and over again, and we're expecting the same result when clearly it's not. Now, this is
But
not me saying I'm Frank out. I'm not Frank out.
I'm not saying Frank. Yeah.
I am Frank here. Let me make that clear. However, Frank needs to prove to me that he is a top manager, not a mid-table manager. Remember, I said this thing a few weeks ago. I said, I'm scared that we are turning into the Bournemouths, the Brightons, the Brentfords of this world. And look what's happening to us. We're playing like a Bournemouth and a Brentford, and we're not even playing like a top 5 club. Now, a bit of us can say, well, we fixed our defense. And yes, 110%, we fixed leaking the
But TJ, you understand, Sina? To fix our defense was a very simple thing, right? It's just to focus back on the defense. You get what I'm saying? It was like when Ange came in, right, to fix our attack, right? All he did was just go forward and not bothered about the back. So now the problem is that a lot of people are saying, right? Yes, I tell the truth, right? Tell sucks, okay? And then if we don't have a replacement for Tell, it's Richie. Richie sucks too, right? Then now we're hoping Moani, right? We're hoping Moani can come in and do something. Or on the Monaco game, the last 5-10 minutes, I did see a glimpse of what Moani can do. But the problem is that we all he can do something, but the problem with Moani now is he's not match fit. You get what I'm saying? His fitness level is like something like 20%, 25%, right? He can't play a full game, right? And the problem is that if he doesn't get a run out to have a trial in the Premier League, right? He will never get up to the levels of the Premier League because he hasn't been given a chance. But you look at Xavi Simons, you get what I'm saying? Xavi Simons has all the technical ability, right? But the problem is that he hasn't adapted well in the Premier League. How is he going to adapt well in the Premier League, right? If he's surrounded by shit.
I agree with that point 100%. I also agree that Xavi Simons shouldn't be judged based on a season worth of what he is. You don't find a key player and then just throw him under the bus like this as well. That's also a factor, because for me, most Tottenham fans, and I think that's 95% of Tottenham fans, and I'm going to make this clear, thought Xavi Simons was our creating masterpiece, which me and Haz stressed on the show. We said Xavi Simons is not this type of player. He's still inexperienced. He still has a lot to learn, and there's so much for him to even. He needs to improve on his game as well. There's so much he can do to improve. Remember, he's also young as well. I think the pressure on Xavi Simons is so high. You know, he's on top.
No. What to do, TJ? We don't have, we seldom have that quality kind of players coming in. But the problem is that we don't have that quality players around him. But what I'm saying now is very simple. I'm not Frank out. All right, like I've already said this along. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens, because we have to give the guy a chance. We have to give the guy a chance. But the problem is that, right, at the moment, I know our fan base. When we had now 80% of our fan base, right, hated Conte, hated Mourinho. Why? Because we played defensive football, pragmatic football. They hated it, right? Now, that's why Ange got so much time. He had 2 years, is because, right, we were attacking. You get what I'm saying? Right? We were attacking. No matter what happened, we were attacking. You get what I'm saying? And our fan base tolerates the attacking, right? Enjoys the attacking style of football. And if you sit back and if you defend, right, and if we don't see that fluid kind of style of play and all that, the fan base is going to turn on him. That's what the fan base does for so many times, over and over again. Bro, you understand? When last word of Spurs when Ricky Sack says that it's Conte ball? Come on, bro. Don't even bring Conte to Frank's name. You understand? Conte is an elite manager, right? You can't put him at the same level, right? Frank has got his problems, right? He has to iron it out, right? whether it's the coaching, right, or whether the quality of players ain't good enough, then you have to try. That's right. I do watch alongs. I keep saying we're a team of two halves. During the Monaco game, right, we were shit in the first half, right, and everyone said that we were a bit better, and then we were even shittier in the second half. But the problem is that, right, we were lucky we got away with it because Monaco was shit too. You know what I'm saying?
They should have
If
beaten us.
Monaco had,
They should
yeah,
have beaten
if
us.
Monaco had a little bit of quality, Minamino had 3 chances of putting the ball behind the net. Yeah, I give kudos to Vicario. He did brilliant saves, right? He practically saves us, right? Right. But the thing is that the other part is that I don't see patterns of play. You know, I don't see consistent patterns of play. We look so disjointed, right? If we are playing a counter-attacking game, right? There was one period of time in the Monaco game, right? We had 4-on-2, and we didn't know what to do with it. Come on, 4-on-2.
Our players seem so hesitant when they attack. I don't get it. Like, I'm confused.
That's why I'm actually. That's why look, though we're seeing it. That's why I'm blaming someone like Frank, because Frank is clearly not getting the best out of his players. And for me, it's Frank's job to fix areas where are weak. Look, we all know the problem. We know we don't have right attackers to obviously fix what's going on, right? We definitely we can look. Apart from one attacker in our setup, I think myself has, and even you, we would say, I don't care if we get him off, I'll sell him. Richarlison, he's a gunner. Johnson, for me, he's a gunner. Look, he's not at the requirement. He's not at the requirement for Tottenham's level, in my opinion.
Okay.
Even up to Solanke.
You see, right? That's the thing, right? Then you bring it back to Ange. Ange got a tune out of Johnson.
Exactly.
Right? And Frank can't get a tune out of Johnson.
Exactly. So it's Frank's fault.
Kudos is playing on the side of it. But the problem is that, right, you don't make changes, right, in the halftime. When you see the weaknesses are there, make the changes in the halftime. That's one thing. If Richarlison can't do it, if Johnson can't do it, if Tell can't do it, let's Scarlett have a chance. You get what I'm saying? Let the youngsters have a chance, right? Take a risk. Try something different. We can't keep doing this Tell and Richarlison back and forth, right? Tell plays in the league, Richarlison plays in Europe, and they're all shit. Huh? Tell we know he's shit, right? He's had like 5 open goals, shots, right? And he miskicks them, you know?
I can't believe that last one.
And Moani, air shot. You know, he did an air shot in right in front of goal in the Champions League. But I don't blame him that much. It's because, right, how many minutes has he played? But the thing, you're telling me he's a 95 million euro player, right? And he does an air shot. How am I supposed to accept that? You know? So at the moment, the thing is that I can't say Frank out or anything, right? The thing is that we still have to give the manager time. But like all the time we've been saying, he is not that quality of manager that we actually needed all this while.
Of course not.
If you say you brought in a Glasner, I don't know, a Glasner and a higher quality kind of manager, then maybe you get a tune of the players. But the problem now, right? All I heard is before he came in, after Ange got sacked, Frank would coach the best out of the players that we have, right? And now everybody say, "Oh, look how yes, our defense is more composed now. Our set plays are much better now." Yes, because those type of things, if you focus on it, right, you can train it into the players, right?
100%.
Because when Ange was in charge, right, remember what he said? I don't care about defense, right? I just want to attack. And when he said that, right, I already told you, right, most probably Romero will be the first one to lose his mind, right?
100%.
Because I keep saying,
defensive. It works both ways, isn't it? You know, look, let me be honest with you. Obviously, I'm not Frank out, and I feel like Frank definitely needs still more time, you know. I'm actually going to be fair. Like I've said it on many shows, I'm going to give Frank as much time as I gave Ange. to be fair. And that's me being fair. But ultimately, I need to see some improvements in terms of I was sold a dream, and many content creators, whether they're right or wrong, but many people said Frank adapts. I haven't seen him. Change the way he plays, the style of play. Obviously, we've seen him change the players that play within his formation, but we actually haven't seen a tactical change. Apart from the PSG game off of my mind, that's the only game that I've seen him play different. Now,
do you know TJ, right? It's just not about. Sometimes I'm bewildered and baffled about his first team selection, right? You're going into the Champions League, right? We're going into the Champions League, all right? And you're putting players like Bergval, right, and Archie Gray in midfield, right, and the thing is that now people are seeing, because of the injury to Romero, you put in Danso and Paulinho in the center of the of defense, right? And I'm going, what the fuck, right? Why are you doing that, right? If you say you put in Bergval and Paulinho in midfield, right, and then put Spence out the left, right, and Danso and VDV, right? Wouldn't that be a more solid defense? You see, if you have a solid defense, right, then maybe.
We're talking about a manager. This was my main concern why I didn't want Frank in the job. I was probably one of the only fans, and probably maybe I don't know, man, but I was probably one of the only fans that wasn't on this Frank agenda. Frank hype. Everybody was on this Frank hype, and I wasn't seeing it. People had to convince me.
I wanted Frank, so I'm not going to sit and lie. I wanted Frank.
So. For me, no, Harry, to tell the truth, right? If you would have taken anybody, right, just to get Ange out. You can say that was the problem.
You know what ended up happening? Before you go on,
90% of our fan base, right, would have
Frank.
taken anyone, right?
Yeah,
would have taken anyone to just get Ange out. You get what I'm saying?
10%, like myself and a few other content creators,
and me, right?
They don't really want Ange to go, or we felt. Look, I ultimately agreed. I was Frank out. I was Ange out. Let me make it clear. I ultimately flip flopped, and I know this, innit? I ultimately flip flopped. I put my hands up, but I actually said personally, I said, look, what's the harm in giving him until Jan? And I was like,
what was the harm?
And I was like, look, even if you do replace him now, I expect a quality manager to replace him. So I wanted someone like Glasner. With Ange, we are in relegation right now. That's a maybe.
Look at Forest results. He went to Forest, man, with probably
Forest's situation was diabolical. Let's not compare.
No. I mean, it's very simple. If Ange was here now and we were in the relegation, right, then we sack him. You know what I'm saying? But to tell the truth, right? No, but the thing is, we come back to now the tell the truth, right? Frank is gone. Ange is gone. I'm seeing, right?
We have to support Frank.
50%. Yeah, but 50% of the fan base is already started turning on Frank because they can't take that pragmatic football, right? If Frank was going all gung-ho out, right, and trying to attack, right, and we lose games, right, the fan base will still accept it to a certain extent. We'll give him more time because they are being entertained. Remember when someone said, right, are you not entertained? Right, we want to be entertained. That is our fan base. You see,
let me just justify something. Even though I'm criticizing Frank, let me make it clear to everybody, I'm not Frank out. I'm actually supporting him. I'm right now probably his biggest supporter. The reason being because I'm giving him the most time. I've heard, we give him a season, see how it is. I'm giving him 2 seasons to be fair on Ange. He had 2 seasons, Frank has 2 seasons. That would ultimately determine if we've gone forward or backwards. Right now, he needs to prove to me why he's in the job. Like, look at our next fixtures, bro. the fixtures we had were meant to be winnable. Are we not?
Yeah.
Are we not all agreeing that the fixtures that we had were meant to be winnable? The couple fixtures that are coming up now, we expect Frank. We were expecting Frank to like, okay, cool, lose. You know what I'm talking about? Right now, these fixtures are so important to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That, right?
I
I see us going to be drawing more games than winning games, right? And if we're lucky, we'll draw the games. If not, then we'll lose the games, right? But the problem is that the worst part is, right, how come our home form is so diabolical? You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
when we had Ange, when we had Ange there, right? We knew our home form would be diabolical because the style, the way he plays, right? But the problem now is that even with our defense being more compact and more composed and more solid and all that, our home form is still so diabolical. You get what I'm saying? Somehow or another, our away form is much better, which is weird, right? I don't know how will he be able to turn that around. But to tell the truth, if he doesn't have the quality, right, or he can't coach these players to be more better than what they are, we will be stuck in the dilemma again, right? Because I think by January comes, right, if we are still in this kind of results kind of scenario, right, then the 80% of the fan base will turn on him, right? Because to tell the truth, ever since Levy was here, I don't care, right? And now Levy's gone, right? We still have Enoch here, right? So I still don't care that much because we'll give Frank time. The only problem is now, let's hope in the January transfer window, we do improve on certain areas, right? To give him a chance, right? To prove certain things. But the problem is that he must show me a style of play which is consistent. You get what I'm saying? If you can't pick up a style of play that's consistent, right? It's going to be bad. When he used to play 4-3-3 with Xavi on the left, right? We were saying that Xavi can't play on the left, he must play in the middle. Now he's turned into the 4-2-3-1. Xavi playing in the middle, right? The front three ain't producing shit. I saw Odebear run into, we had so many touches in the penalty box against Aston Villa, right? And nothing came out of it, And two defensive laps, right? Not closing down your players on the edge of the box, right? They scored 2 goals. So that means, to tell the truth, right? We have to accept, right? The quality of our squad, right, is shit. You guys know, apart from VDV, Romero, Porro, all right, and Spence at the back, which is solid, right? Our midfield is shit. Apart from Paulinia, right? Bergwall, and to tell the truth, Sa was good in the beginning, but somehow or another he's been left out now, right? You think Bergwall, Gray, Bentancur, to tell the truth, Bentancur, I'm not sure. I think Bentancur is more like a Conte player. He's more like that counter-attacking kind of player, right? And the worst part is we can't even counter-attack. We don't know how to counter-attack. How many times do we play the low block when the ball gets to the player? We are so slow going upwards. We don't have that, right? And okay, I can say Odebear is slowly improving, but it's not up to the levels that we need. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, now he can take on his man and beat his man more than he did last time, right? But the problem is there's no end product there again, right? And there's so many times I see Savi cuts in from the left, right? I want him to shoot. He doesn't. He delays it. He prolongs it. So
to be fair, this is a team that is void of confidence. Let's be totally honest there now. Because we're playing like we're not a confident team. We're playing like we can't score. We're overpassing. There's so many problems in terms of how we actually transition from the midfield to the attack.
But the thing is that, right, playing football, there's a single objective, right? The objective is put the ball in your opposition's net.
We don't have a bagsman. We don't have someone that can bag a goal. We don't. We generally don't have a bagsman.
No, that's why maybe during Mourinho and Conte's era, right? I don't talk about Nuno, right? Mourinho and Conte's era, we were lucky we had Son and Kane, right? And after Son and Kane left, we don't have that replacement. We brought shit in to replace Son and Kane, right? So, and the truth, we haven't even replaced Son now, right? And you're talking about Solanke. Solanke is injured, right? And the worst part is, right, his interviews are so damning. You guys know, he doesn't even No, he doesn't even have the balls to say that we played badly.
Played badly,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
That's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
And you know one thing that now I regret, because at the time I think we had a show, and this is a year and a half ago, or even maybe less than that. I was criticizing Ange by talking too much, but this guy was honest as a duck, and I really rate that, to be honest with you. With Frank, he doesn't actually have the balls to say we're playing bad. He thinks everything's okay, and that's the problem. When you're managing a big club, you actually have to take control of of these press conferences. In fact, I'd rather himself say we're playing decent, bro. We're not. We clearly are playing bad. The standard that we want is not the standard that is on the pitch. Most mo-
You know?
most
So that's
fans
why I'm
will say,
asking. That's why I'm saying, all those Spurs fans out there, right, who are talking about standards, who are talking about wanting to win things and all that, right? My question is that: do you see that with Frank? I
no,
don't.
bro, no. That's why I didn't want him. I made it clear that I didn't want him from the get go, innit? But now I have to support him, or now I have to give him all my love and support in it. But I can criticize him. Anybody can be like. I was seeing in the comments that the other day I'd done a video in it. Yeah, people think I'm too negative. I don't care, to be honest with you. This is my opinion. My opinion is my opinion. Until I see results, I'm not going to be happy. It's a results-based business, man. Like,
Yeah, I
and
know. I know.
And Frank, for me, Frank needs to do better. It's his job to find solutions, and this is what I'm so concerned about. We brought in a manager that is meant to adapt. I haven't seen him adapt. What other games apart from PSG have you seen him change up?
Yeah, I know. I know. The thing is that why doesn't go into a back three formation? But the problem is that we don't have enough defenders now because of the
No,
injuries are
100%.
mounting up again, and the injuries are mounting up early this season, bro. Look at that. We got injuries in preseason, right? And then we are carrying injuries from last season, right? And now Romero's injured, right? And Solanke has been injured for like forever, right? And I don't even understand, right? So
Yo,
right,
man.
and it took Moani what
Sorry
two
about that.
months to recover from a dead leg. So what can we do? You know what I'm saying? We are stuck
Yeah.
with shit players, right? Our defense looks a bit decent, right? Our midfield ain't that good apart from Paulinia. I don't see us going that
Start
far.
taking the piss.
You get what I'm saying, right? So all I know at this moment in time, right? Yes, he needs time, but the problem that he needs to prove to me, right? Show me something that I can actually look forward to. You get what I'm saying? I can't take it anymore watching this type of football. You get what I'm saying? That's the worst part. You see? Right? And especially when you're doing watch alongs and games are that shitty, right? I don't know. What else can I say? All I know is that when Everton comes along, right? The best I can hope is for is a draw.
Well, Everton, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Right?
But I said this to TJ. Don't you think though, because as you just said, we've not replaced Son, we've not replaced Kane, our attackers are crap. Don't you think though we're playing this way because Frank knows our attackers aren't good. So as a consequence, he's trying to make sure we don't concede. Because say if we have to win like 1-0 or 2-1 or something, we don't
But
concede a lot
Harry,
of goals.
if Richarlison is shit, if Tell is shit, right? Why doesn't give Dane Scarlett a chance? Right? Why doesn't he give some of our academy players a chance? You guys,
Maybe he doesn't rate them. But maybe he doesn't rate them.
right?
Well, this is my
Right.
problem. You say he doesn't rate them, but he's meant to be the perfect manager to adapt. This is my problem. My problem is I was sold a dream that he's an adaptable manager. He doesn't adapt. He's as bad as Ange.
No,
Are,
but
are
I
we?
don't know.
Are we not? No.
Right?
When I say as bad as Ange, I mean like the results are much better. Instead of losing, we're drawing. Yeah, 110%. I can see that. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving Frank time, but the whole concept of giving players time, giving players opportunities. I thought Frank was this manager. Frank the constant things I was hearing when we were linked to Frank, that he's improved so many players over the years. You know, there's so many players that have walked through Frank and become much better players. Now, my problem is we're struggling going forward. Why can't we adapt them? Like, you're right. There's players on our books that we can give opportunity. We brought Dane Scarlett back, right? For what? For him to sit on the bench. That's my problem. That's my problem with Frank. I'll be so honest with you. My main problem that I want him to get right is giving players opportunities, giving players that are not performing opportunities to thrive, and maybe changing up this formation, because clearly the formation is what is killing us in a way. You know, like I don't know. Maybe I'm expecting so much more, but the fixtures that we've had, we shouldn't be negative here. We should, all the draws that we've had, they could have been losses.
Yeah, I know, right? And the worst part, all the draws that we had, right, against big teams.
Exactly, that's my point. They're not even against big teams. Likes of Wolves, we should be beating Wolves. I'm sorry, man. Bodo Glimt, there's no excuse not to beat Bodo Glimt, in my opinion, man. I don't care what anybody says, innit? Tottenham is a bigger club than Bodo Glimt and Wolves.
But
maybe that's my opinion.
When we went to Bodo, everyone was like really worried that they were going to beat us and shit. Obviously, we won the game, right, in the end, but like, so I don't know what the difference is between then and now.
We've not gotten better. We haven't. There's not. You can't say we've gotten better.
That is one of the difference between then and now, is because, right? We haven't got. No.
Are you taking a loss to turn into a draw is better? Where the bloody standards is the Tottenham bad?
We're losing the game then. We're at least getting a point.
A point against the worst teams in the league, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man.
What do you mean the worst teams in the league?
Wolves. Okay, you're telling me Wolves we shouldn't have won.
We lost, we haven't beaten Wolves for about 5 years.
But Tottenham's a bigger club than. Oh, we should be beating Wolves. We're Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We're not fucking Stanley League Football Club. We should be beating Wolves.
But we just said just now that we have no attackers. Like, we've got Tell, Johnson, they're all shit. So
the reason you bring in the manager, hold on, this is the thing. This is what's really annoying me. The reason you bring in the manager is to be better, right? And we haven't been better. What you're saying, a draw is better.
You just said that the games we would have lost, say last season, we've drawn. For example, do you know what I mean?
Okay, Haz, are you sitting here and saying we can't beat Wolves? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying Wolves is a bigger club than Tottenham? Is that what you're saying? Make the narrative straight. I want to know your narrative on this point. No, answer my question. Are you saying Wolves is a better club than Tottenham? Say it out loud right here.
Team.
Is Wolves a better club than Tottenham? A bigger club than Tottenham? Is Wolves a bigger club than Tottenham? Or should Wolves be beating Tottenham? If it's a yes from you, that's why. No, if it's no, then you shouldn't be accepting it.
They have a good record against us. We haven't beaten them in 4 years.
Record, bro. We're Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, man. You think the biggest clubs in the world are talking about fucking records, man? Come on, man. What's the record? The biggest club means big. If you're the guy, put it like this, if you're the big dog, if you know you have pedigree, in fact, let me draw it back. If you know that this should be, when you see them fixtures, you should say that should be a win.
Actually,
am I not right?
That game, I didn't think we're going to win because they have a very good record against us. Wolves.
Am I not right though? You should be expecting a win. Your Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
On paper, weren't we at home?
Yeah, we were at home.
No, weren't we at home? Right, but all right, guys. But the truth, right?
It makes it even worse. I'm trying to say we're at home as well. It makes it even worse.
Let's move forward, right? Let's go to the Everton game, right? Number one, Everton has not lost at home at all this season, right? And we're going to play them in their new stadium, right? There are a lot of Spurs fans who are going to be excited because it's a new stadium, right? They're all dying to go there, right? So let's hope our away form prevails, right? At least we don't lose there and get a point or some shit like that, right? Yes, in the league we are very much better now, right? We only, how many games have we lost? 2 games, 3 games?
2 games all season.
Massive
Yeah,
improvement.
yeah.
A massive improvement.
It's a massive improvement. Yeah, it's a massive improvement. Hey, big up E. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Yeah, he's the original Frank Watch guy. Yeah, yeah. Frank is on Fraud
I'm
Watch.
the OG. I'm the OG Fraud Watch guy. That's me. That's
OG
me.
Fraud Watch guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we were saying, right? I don't know what to say. Supporting Frank, yes, right, but why aren't we allowed to criticize him? You get what I'm saying? Why are so many people so defensive about it? You know,
I don't
And
know,
apart
man.
from getting defensive,
They have some
apart from
legends
getting,
on
I
their
mean, apart from
pants, man.
Has is quite cool about it whenever we criticize him, right? But there's so many.
Has believes Wolves is a bigger club than Tottenham.
I didn't say that. I said that.
No, you did. No, you did. You did. You said. I said. I made it clear. I asked you a question. I said this, didn't it? I gave him. Should we Tottenham be beating Wolves? And you were like, no.
See, that's why. See, that's why I agree with TJ though. No.
Come on, what's the standard, bro, man? Come on, man. We're Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, man. Come on,
bro.
Should Man City be beating Tottenham then? Should Man City be beating
No, the thing is that, right? The thing, that's the point, right?
Realistically, yeah. They spend a lot of money.
If you talk
they
about
have world-class
TJ,
players. 100% realistically,
TJ,
yeah.
If our fan base, right, had standards, right, we wouldn't be here talking about this, to tell the truth. Right?
Exactly.
But guys,
no, wait. You made a good point. Wait. Let me just land on that. If we had standards like the bigger clubs, and I want to be a massive club, you're not going to be talking about Wolves. You're going to be talking about, oh, we can beat this team. We can beat this team. We can beat this team. Oh, the Liverpool. How can we beat this team? You see my problem? The problem is we're focusing on Bodo. You're telling me Bodo Glimt is better than Tottenham. Is this what you're saying? If you're saying we can't beat Bodo Glimt, yeah, this is on paper, and even on paper, off paper, our players are better than Wolves. Our players are better than Bodo Glimt on paper.
Then why didn't Ange beat Wolves last season? Why didn't Mourinho beat Wolves the season before that? Why did
last season? Hold on 1 minute. Last season we won a Europa League. That was the difference, didn't it? We won a Europa League. He made it clear. He actually made it clear that he didn't take that league seriously. Whether you agree with him or not.
Jose lost at home to Wolves years ago. Even Poch lost at Wembley to Wolves 3-2.
This is what I don't fuck with this kind of logic though, because I don't care what happened 5 years ago. When we play a team now, yeah, we have to look at the team we have now versus the team we're playing now. Their form in terms of what they've done so far this season. Like when people talk about West Ham, yeah, and how we haven't won in West Ham in 5 years, who gives a shit, bro? This is the same West Ham team who got pumped by Sunderland and got pumped by Chelsea, who conceded set piece goals. Huh?
Are you telling me we're not better than Sunderland? Then wait, hold on. Wait, are you telling me if Sunderland beat West Ham, and you're telling me we can't beat West Ham? Is this what you're saying, Haz? Man, I'm so disappointed in you today. By the way,
TJ, let me land it, TJ. Let me land it, TJ.
Bro, you're stressing me out.
The reason why football does work that way is because we're not playing West Ham of 2019 and 2020. We're playing West Ham of 2025. We're playing this West Ham squad under what was this West Ham's manager in Graham Potter. This is who we're playing. So even though we ain't beaten West Ham in how many years, we now have a different manager. We have more different players, different team. They have a different team with a different manager and a different system. So it's not the same. We have to judge on what we've seen from West Ham this time. We have to judge on what we've seen from Wolves this season. And all the teams we play, we can't judge them off last season, because last season we had a different manager with a different system, with a worse squad.
Yeah, 100%. A different philosophy.
I'm not looking at this Everton game coming up and seeing that we were 3-0 down at halftime at their stadium last season and saying and looking at that as a representation of what's going to happen tomorrow. Oh, on Sunday,
Well,
sorry. I'm not going to do
Right
that
there
because
already, man.
we
Listen,
had a
we
different
don't agree a
manager.
lot in it, but
I'm saying
I
we have a
agree
different
to you. You
manager
hit
with
this on the
different
nail on the
system.
head. He's more formal with it. I'm hood, bro. I'm past this. Like, we can't beat this team. We should be able to, man. You know what? And okay,
so
let
what
me
doesn't
let me
work
use
that
your
way, man?
what has. Let me use your logic as well. Yeah. Let me use your logic as well. You were saying, oh, our past managers couldn't beat Wolves, didn't it? Frank has a good manager CV against Wolves. So you're telling me we've got a manager that beats Wolves. I'm using your logic. Your logic should work. But my point is this: Tottenham's a bigger club than Wolves, so we
Yeah,
should be
we are,
beating
but
them.
it doesn't work that way.
We
It doesn't
should be
work that way.
beating them. No, we should be beating them.
Well, guys, all right. I'm just going to give the Everton prediction. I think it's going to be another 0-0 game, right? I gotta go. I gotta make a move, right? So, nice to catch up with you. TJ, take care.
What
Right, guys, right? And
Give your love to your daughter for me, man. Really.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But
Big up
guys,
yourself,
all I can
man.
say is that Frank deserves this time to prove himself.
Well, not
But
yours.
the thing is that as time goes on, let's hope he improves and proves us wrong, right? And at least I can have better watch-alongs. You get what I'm saying?
I hope so, fam.
All right, guys, take care. Come on, you Spurs, bro.
Yeah,
All right.
take care. Man.
Yeah, man, at the
Yeah, I
end of the
missed
day,
you, man. I haven't seen you in a long while, man. Sorry, carry on with what you're saying, though.
my fault, man. Yeah, sorry, because I usually work on Fridays, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, it's not about the result for me, it's about the performance, in it, because I've noticed that a lot of people love looking at results on paper, you know what I'm saying? Especially when the performances aren't good. When the performances aren't good, but the results go well, people end up looking just at the results on their own. The problem is that the performance. By the way, you beat City the same way every manager we've had has beaten City. You mid block, let them come at you, and then you counter attack.
That's why I asked you. On paper, shouldn't City be beating us because sure they have a better team than us, right? But because it's a psychological
but Man
thing,
City,
it's a psychological thing. So
sure, it's psychological, but you're comparing Man City to West Ham and to Wolves. Like it's not weird. No, that's not it. Because when we're playing a better team than us and they have a psychological thing against us, sure, we're comparing Man City, a team that just got done winning 4 leagues in a row, won a treble. We're comparing that to
I'm saying we're
Wolves.
still beating them though. That's what I'm trying to say. We're still beating them.
We're beating them because the game plan is the same with every manager. The game plan is the same. You literally let them come at you,
yeah,
and
we
you
sit back and you
counterattack.
do the same thing every
That's what
single
we've done
time.
with every manager.
Yeah,
We've
it's
done
true.
it.
He's
Even
actually
Ange did it.
making so much sense.
If Ange can do it, everyone
and you know
can do it.
he
Like,
has
this is not
actually
hard.
speaking Spence. He hit the nail on the head. Man City is anomaly because obviously we play the same way against him, innit? Can I ask you, man, a question?
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed. Look, I'm franking. Let me make that clear in it, yeah. And I'm gonna make it clear to E because he's just come through, and I've said it like a couple of times, innit? Because when the way I go against Frank, people think I'm Frank out, bro, and I think that's that's crazy. You haven't even given my man time, innit? But in my definition, we brought Frank in to adapt, and for me, I'm struggling to see him adapt. So what can Frank do?
Frank out. See, no, I can't lie to you. Before I answer your question, this is why I don't take Mandem like this in the chat serious, isn't it? Because no one has said that Thomas Frank should get sacked. No one says that. Someone has said that Frank out. We're just criticizing some of Thomas Frank's mistakes. I think Pep should very much be criticized for how he plays against Tottenham because we play the same way against City and we win all the time. So yeah, Pep should get criticized for how he sets up against Tottenham. The same way Thomas Frank should get criticized for the way we set up against Wolves, how we set up against Bournemouth, how we set up against Bodo Glimt, how we set up against Monaco, how we set up against Brighton, like all of these teams. You know what I'm saying? And then when we're saying, oh, they need to get criticized, oh, so this guy's a fraud. You want him sacked? You want him sacked? It's like, no. This is why it's like, oh, we don't win all. You see, it's just anecdotal shit. Well, so when I'm bringing up fair criticism about stuff that actually happened, now people talk about anecdotal shit and then call me this and call me that. It's like, you man are weird, bro. You man are weirdos in the chat.
You know the problem.
You know what it is. I know this brother. This brother just hated Ange, bro.
Daniel.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even give a shit about Ange. I don't care about Ange or Frank.
Is it Daniel?
Not Daniel. No, Daniel's calm, bro. It's the Scott brother. It's the Scott brother. You know what I'm saying? It's, bro, like I don't care about either of them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't giving me no money. I don't get paid. I don't give a fuck about Ange or Frank.
Can I tell you the reason why a lot of Spurs fans struggle to defend your criticism with being Frank out or if you criticize a manager, that you're automatically against that manager. The reason being because we've had so many managers over the past 10 years, and the same process happens. The same process happens. So as soon as you start saying negative things about Frank, example, this is a negative that I've seen. He hasn't adapted. And it's fair for me to say this because the reason we brought him in was this is my understanding. The reason why we went for Frank is he's a very adaptive manager. He adapts under certain circumstances to actually help the team. Now, for me, I haven't seen it except from PSG. Now, by me saying this, isn't it? You're gonna think, oh, I don't like the style that Frank is playing. And let me be honest with you, I don't. Because I generally don't. But even though I don't like it, for me, Frank has to do so much more because he's the manager. He ultimately needs to find the masterpiece. If you're not winning games, in fact, one thing that he has done, he's improved Angers. These games he would have lost. Let's be so real. Yeah?
That's what.
Can we all agree with this? Yeah?
Yeah, but Andrew shit as well, bro.
Yeah, it's two shit managers we're comparing against, right? Really and truly.
Frank's not a shit manager, but Andrew's shit though. You know what I'm
saying?
Like, but Andrew's shit. Frank's not a shit manager, but like just because, if you was with a 3 out of 10, 3 out of 10 goal, and then a 5 out of 10 goal comes along, she's still mid. She's just better than the other one, fam. You know what I'm saying? It's like until I see
bro. What are you telling me? Long time no see, man. How you been, man?
Until I see more. He's doing someone else.
Yeah,
well, I disagree with you. I
think Frank has adapted more than TJ gives him credit for. He still hasn't adapted enough.
I see where he's coming from, though. Like, as in,
he hasn't. Because for me, it's the midfield.
So I thought he would play, for example, like more varied formations, right? But the only time I've seen it, like
the reason he can't is A, because of the depth, and B, because when he used to play free back at Brentford, it's because he had Tony and Wissa up front. So it makes sense to the type of
can't do that.
And besides, as of like very recently, because Romero's gone down and Takai and Dragoshin are still injured, you can't even play a back three at that point. I was calling for a back three before Romero went down, but after Romero's dealing with the injury now, it's like I can't expect him to do that at this point.
But like for example, in the Wolves game, he changed formation 3 times. I noticed because I was there. He even went to a diamond because Xavi played on the left that day. So the second half, he started playing a diamond. Just before they scored, because he pushed Xavi further in. He was trying to accommodate all of them and play Xavi like further in the middle. So he did that, and then later in the game, he went like 4-4-2. Then he went 3-4-3 eventually because we were chasing the goal. Remember, to get the equalizer. Like, so he did change it like 3 or 4 times. But I think where TJ's coming from is more like, for example, in the games to start different formations or like attack more. I don't know, like
the adaptations I want to see, because I always make it very clear when I say these things, isn't it? The attack is just like Bunny attacking it because we know he can't do nothing with that. Also, the defense is one of the better defenses in the league, in my opinion. If people disagree, that's down to them. I don't care. For me, it's always the midfield. Thomas Frank's midfield setup is okay. At least it's muted.
I agree with you. I agree with Elijah because I think at the beginning of the season, we had Saar, Paulina, Bensko, and it was working. And then he signed Savvy, and since then he's been trying to find some way to work Simmons in the team, or play Simmons in as a 10 later on, obviously. And it's kind of messed up the midfield, I think, as well, because if it was me now, it'd be controversial, but I wouldn't play Simmons against Everton. I'd probably stick Odegaard on the left and play Saar, Bensko, and Paulinas in my midfield, because at least at the beginning of the season it was working. I'm not saying it was perfect. At least it was somewhat working. Since then, since he signed Simmons, he's been trying to accommodate Simmons, and he's just kind of like either put him in the middle where he's clean or adapting, because me and TJ spoke about this as well, or play Bergvall there and then play Simmons like later on in the game or something. Because Bergwell's been rubbish for the past 3 weeks. Like, I've got to be honest, man. He's been bad.
Yeah, which is fair, isn't it? Yeah. Bergwell's always inconsistent.
Yo, I'm back in it. Walk on. Yeah, sorry about that, man. So one of my boys did it.
No, you're chilling. And I think the main thing is, like, I personally believe that a lot of people who are like very, very like high on Frank are very, very low on this squad, innit? And I think that the squad is better than what people give credit for. The attack is a no good. Like, I'm not even talking about the attack.
Attack is just.
I'm talking about the defense in the midfield.
What,
That's
what
what
do
I'm
you
talking
think?
about.
What do you think Frank needs to do to improve and get more goals? Because
We're scoring
have a
enough goals
problem.
though. I know there's a bunch of own goals. I do want to get that out there. But if people want to do this results thing, which I don't even judge on the results,
Yeah.
I don't think we're winning something anyway. But
Yeah.
man don't want to do results thing in it, so we can do that. The results haven't been good enough, especially for the competition we've played so far. You want to say Brighton away, I'll give you that, and I'll give you City away. Apart from that, we should have won every other game. If we're talking about results, because let's be honest, there's no way you score at home to Wolves and you don't win the game. There's no way you score 2 away at Brighton and you don't win the game. There's no way you score 2 against Bodo Glimt and you don't win the game. That's blasphemous to me. If you want to talk about results only, which is what these men want to do, there's no way you score multiple goals against some of these teams, in the context in which we scored them, and you don't win. It makes no sense to me. At that point, we'd have to talk about the performances, because the way I always judge it.
It's about Brighton.
Brighton, if you score 2 goals away to Brighton, you should be winning the game.
It's a really hard place to go, though. It's a really hard place.
But if you score 2, you should win. I'm just talking about results, because if we want to talk about performances, we can, because that's really my bag.
I'm more focused on performances, really. But maybe that's just me.
But that's what I'm saying. It might, because I always judge the performances. I think the performances have been terrible.
Because I'm not expecting us to win anything this season. I'm not expecting us to even finish in the top 5, really. I'm thinking we're going to finish like 7th. But
I agree with that. But that's why I judge the performances, because the results, we can have great results, but they're not going to lead to a trophy or a Champions League finish, in my opinion. So I'm focusing more on the performances themselves and how they improve over time, because I'm assuming as time goes on, there's going to be mistakes that get fixed and results should improve. But we haven't had, our best performance has been against Man City. And that was game week 2.
Yeah, that one game.
You know what I'm saying? That one game against City. But ever since then, including the Champions League and including Doncaster, we have not had a good performance since then.
We could talk about PSG as well. That was a good performance.
But PSG was good. I was just talking about Premier League, to be fair. But PSG and City.
I think the problem is, though, this is my opinion, and I've said this so many times. I think he's trying to make sure we don't concede because he knows we're not going to score a lot of goals. And I think that's why we're not.
I hear that. And I agree with you. But we have scored. We've scored. How many goals have we scored? We scored like 14 goals or 15 goals.
Is it 14? I don't know.
How many goals have we scored? In fact, I can just look this up, to be fair. We've scored 14 goals in 8 games. I know it's been own goals.
Weren't 4 of them in like the West Ham game, or 3 of them in the West Ham game, weren't they?
3 of them was West Ham. We've scored in every game though, except for Bournemouth. Bournemouth is the only game.
I wasn't at that game, actually, ironically.
Yeah, Bournemouth is the only game in the Premier League, because Monaco. Bournemouth is the only game in which we haven't scored a goal. So we've scored. We're scoring in every game. I know there's own goals, but
there's a few like with
there's 4 own goals, to be fair, which is true. But if you're gonna give them the team the credit for the Brighton game, the own goal was the equalizer. So
I know.
Let's be fair with that. If you're gonna give us credit for resilience against Bodo Glimt, that was also an own goal right there. So you'd have to count that as well. So me personally, when I look at own goals, I know it's lucky, but we have to force the issue for there to be an own goal. If you know what I'm saying.
Ball in or something.
If we don't put the ball in to try and threaten the goal, the own goal doesn't happen. So even though, yes, our Tottenham player didn't score the goal, we still caused the goal to happen. So in my opinion, I'd count that. That's why I'm not going to say, we should have lost against Brighton because it was an own goal. Like, no, that's stupid to me. But in every game except for Bournemouth, we have scored at least 1 goal. You get what I'm saying? So the way I think it is,
my problem with Frank is, I'm with you. I think the midfield is the biggest problem, because I think our defense is okay, like as in the setup, I think it's fine. And the midfield, because our attack is like, because I watched I was at the Villa game, right? And I said this to TJ earlier, but I think the biggest problem in that game was, for example, McGinn was tucking in, and they were essentially playing with like 3 or 4 central midfielders almost, and he's up against Bentancur, Paulinho, and sometimes Simmons, because Simmons was even dropping deep sometimes, and Simmons ain't that strong. Like, and then we're talking about Villa's midfield anyway, plus McGinn, like, and then we were just losing the battle every time, and obviously McGinn was like really, really good that day as well, which didn't help.
Yeah.
And I think that was like a massive problem. Midfield is a massive problem, because if you don't win that battle,
I can't lie to you. I'm sorry. I think my wife I disconnected in it. I asked the question: what can Frank do to improve in it?
I got you.
I don't. What, my bro?
In my opinion, the midfield tactical setup is very bad.
It's not working. It's not working.
I understand that our midfielders are limited in terms of they can't do everything. They're good at some things, but they're not good at everything. But as a coach, I'm not even saying develop the players yet. I'm just saying it's your job to identify what players are good at and how they can coexist in a system. When we play 4-2-3-1, for example, Xavi Simons, when he's in the 10, is left on his own. Whenever he plays in the 10, he's just completely isolated. What happens is when you allow your midfielders to be so far away from each other and so disjointed, all it means is that A, they can either press you, which we proved that we're terrible at being pressed, or B, they can just leave Xavi Simons basically isolated, and we can't build up. We have to basically just do long passes to Kudus, which we know he's going to get double and triple teamed every time because he's the only attacking threat on the ball, innit? So that's bad as well. Also, this keep starting Pelini and Bentancur together. Bentancur needs to just be dropped. I know people are like, oh my god, he's getting scapegoated. No, he's just been bad performing as of recently.
Who would you play in midfield? Who would your midfield three be then? If I'm asking.
Pelini, Sarr, and Xavi Simons. That would be my three.
Sarr as well, man. I think when Sarr started playing under Frank, he gave a bit of. He's a good energetic player in my opinion, innit? I think Sarr needs more starts, man. We struggle.
Well, I think what we miss, and maybe I don't think Bergval's the answer in this. I just don't. Even though he's a ball carrier, I just don't.
Sarr doesn't suck. That's just a flat lie. That's just a flat lie.
But for me, is the problem you're seeing the same thing as me, Elijah? Because the two, Pelini and Bentancur, just sit, especially when we play 4-2-3-1. And then Simmons is kind of almost given a free role, but because he's not linking with the two, behind him,
it's not working. I hear that, but then working. this is my issue in it as well. Then not really an issue, but this is my suggestion. Why don't we just change the formation? Because it's fair to say that it hasn't been as successful as we. It's not a successful start.
You can't play three at the back now. Elijah's we've got no defender.
Right now we can't. But even if you want to do something if you want to do Colin Moani is starting to come back into form, why not do a 4-4-2?
Two up top.
I didn't think that myself.
What's the harm in that?
Yeah, two up top, 4-4-2. But the problem, even if you want to stick with a 4-3-3, right? What I would always say is, if you have another problem with this thing, when we play 4-3-3, problem is when you have Bergval in there, Bergval just. He doesn't use his head at all, bro. He just runs in it. He just runs around. And the problem is when Sarr picks up the ball as well. Sarr has been very good, especially this season. When he carries the ball and passes it forward, he's always passing into a player who can do something with it.
And he's always in the right area as well. Do you realize that? Sarr is always in the right area.
He was probably our best player the first 5 games, whatever it was that he played.
He definitely was. And that's literally what Sarr is not as good of a carrier as Bergval, but he's definitely been a better carrier than Bentancur. He's also been a better passer than Bentancur, and especially when you take into account forward passes, he's been just way better, especially percentage-wise. And he's almost he needs to take the next step in his game 100% in terms of technical ability. But
that takes time,
it takes time 100%. But what Sarr does that the other two can't do is, in my opinion, not just the motor. By the way, the stats back it up. Sava showed it on his own stream, so you can laugh all you want. But Scott, your savior, showed it on his own stream, bro.
What are you talking about? Stats?
Sarr's just better. He's just a much better. He's a more accurate forward passer than Bentancur. He carries the ball more than him. He makes more key passes than Bentancur. And it is backed up when you watch him play. Because when you watch him play, he does all of this stuff.
We miss, we miss when Sarr's not on the pitch. The energy is so. Because I feel he's the one that makes crucial tackles. Sarr actually covers that open space, and I think Sarr should start. I don't know why he hasn't really been given a run in. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Well, God, my bro, what are you telling me, man? How you been, man?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Anyway, love, bro. Love.
That's just meeting new people on the stream.
Yeah, on the streets of Tottenham, isn't
it? Yeah, man. So say what you were saying, innit?
By the way, Has just pull this up for me, please.
Yeah.
Which one?
What's on the screen in it? All right, so we're gonna just have a little history lesson right here. Okay, so this is what Sava showed on his stream, right? And I know because I'm in the stream. I'm in Sava's stream all the time because I feel like
I know.
Balanced fan in it. So if you see, if you count the numbers 4 from the left, you'll see a 40.4, right, for Bentancur. You see that, right?
Yeah.
TJ, you see that?
Yeah,
And then
man
under
can
that,
see
you see 35.7 for Saar, right?
Yeah.
I know it's a bit blurry, but I can't zoom in because I've already full screened it. That's pass forwards. That's the percentage of passes that are forward. So you see Bentancur provides 4%. 4% of Bentancur's passes are forward more than Saar's. We all see that, right? And that's represented by, you see those, right? You see this right here? This is it on the pie chart. However, you're noticing, like, what's this? Why is this just way more? It's because next to it, you see 40.6 and you see 91.2. This is forward pass percentage here. As you can see, this season. Yeah. It's 91.2% for Saar. It's 91 compared to 40.6%. So when people say, like, when we're complaining about Bentancur, we're complaining about Bentancur because yes, he keeps the game ticking, but when he does pass the ball forward, he loses it a lot of the time. So it feels like he's not even passing the ball forward because when he even tries to do it, it's not looking good, bruv.
And maybe also he plays a lot of the safe passes as well.
He plays it safe, which is fine. I'm not saying it's not even a bad thing, but when you're with Palinya, who likes to sit, and you got Bentancur who likes to sit, in my opinion, it's just a bad fit, in my opinion. So it just allows us to be dominated in the midfield unless Palinya is just on demon timing. If you look next to that, it's the key passes right here. You can see there's a big difference right here. It's because Saar, over 30% of his passes are key passes compared to Bentancur's. Really 36 because it's 76.1 compared to 40.8. So, and also if you look at the carries as well, Bentancur is like, he's damn near at 0. And this is Saar, which is green right here. So, I mean, and the thing is, this just backs up when you watch the game as well, bro. Saar he just carries the ball more. He plays a pass forward. He plays a safe pass forward. First of all, he doesn't lose it. 9 out of 10 times it connects with his man. He's able to keep the game ticking while the ball's moving forward. And he's also able to make better key passes at a better percentage as well, while also playing less minutes. So this is why I say, like, Saar this season has been by far, apart from Palinya, our best midfielder.
He has.
He's been our best midfielder apart from Palinya because Palinya is just on another level compared to these men. But apart from them, Saar has been our best midfielder, and he's been dropped for Bentancur, Bentancur's not a bad player, but it's just a bad fit. And the stats show it. Not only did the stats show it, but if you just watch it, when Saar was playing, we looked way better. We looked better on defense with the press because Saar would initiate the press. We look better on the ball in general, and he just has a better motor.
He'll get the ball and he'd carry it at least, and he'd give it a good, like you said, key pass somewhere. I don't know.
Literally, yeah, and he's able to just control, not even control the game, but he's able to affect the game more than Bentancur because Bentancur, a lot of the time, disappears. Like, Monaco is the best example. Palinya was running that midfield on his own when it was Bentancur and Bergwijn next to him. Him and Bergwijn were both terrible. Palinya was just running the midfield on his own, basically being Superman. And it's like, we need to give him some help at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need something.
So do you think that Bentancur and Palinya shouldn't play together, or they can't play together, or like?
It's not that they can't. Under certain circumstances, they can. But I would prefer, like, going into the season, I wanted Bentancur to be like the backup 6 option because it didn't look like we were gonna, because I didn't think Palinya, and I don't. To be fair, he's proven me wrong on this. I wasn't. I'm not a big fan of.
Oh, yo, walk on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Is this just a meet up?
Have you done it? Yeah.
What is this meet up going on?
Card, man.
Like, what's
take away, man? 2 drinks in it, 2 tangos, 1 Fanta in it.
Well, he's in off license.
He's just ordering food now. Like, he's just ordering
2 tango, 1 Fanta. Oh, I said welcome. Sorry, man. Hold on 1 second.
At least mute the mic, my brother. At least mute the mic, my brother. You can't be ordering. But okay, muted the mic. I lost my train of thought, bro. What was I saying, bro? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Bentancur versus Saar. Yeah, in certain circumstances they could work together, but the problem is Bentancur is not really carrying the ball this season, and he was carrying the ball last season. So in my eyes, before the season started, I saw him as like a backup 6 for so like when we had, obviously, I didn't think Basuma was going to pull what he pulled, but
you man,
me,
yeah,
I
love
would
man,
have personally had.
love. Yourself, man. You keep yourself safe, innit?
Okay, we,
Hey, D Rose off.
Well, you might can you mute him on StreamYard, bro? Because
Are
he's
we
just doing the
talking
whole fucking. But before Basuma pulled what he pulled in it,
Yo, man's
I
back in
wanted
it.
to
Sorry,
have.
man's
Yeah, bro,
back
you're
in
just
it.
doing
Sorry about
meetup.
that,
You're
man.
just doing meetups and that while we live,
Bro,
man.
listen, it's when you're in the ends, innit, you see too many people in it.
I hear it, man. Just do me a favor, just when you meeting someone.
What did you order? What did you order,
man.
bro?
I got some Chinese in it. I got some Chinese, some shop called Highway.
Is it?
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. £10. Listen, 30 deal with it. Yeah? £10 for a mixed platter in it. Yeah, you got everything. You get everything. It's a plug. Whenever you're in the ends, come to the shop, innit? Just basically go to the bossman and say, yo, I know TJ, might pay for this shit as well. But cool. Carry on what you were saying. Sorry, man.
Nah, you chilling. This guy's about to do a mukbang in that, bro.
We'll
But yeah, the whole thing is before Basuma pulled what he pulled, like if you think about Pelinha, Bentancur, Basuma, Sarr, Bergvall, and then Xavi Simons, in my opinion, like that's 6 players, but we play a 4-3-3. So in terms of that central area, that's 2 like rotational sets of midfielders. I'm not saying it would have been enough because we have to take out players and that are not good enough and replace them. But I felt like personally, I think Basuma would have been the best player to fit with Pelinha in terms of playing style. Because
can I be honest with you? That's an underrated comment, man. You know, we're missing Basuma. It's true. In a way, I agree with you, man. I agree.
I understand why he's not playing though, because like he poured that shit in it. Like I understand why he's not playing, but it's that I thought he would fix up. You know, I thought Basuma would personally fix up after the Europa League final, but because
all he done was can you confirm something? All he done was he was late to the training session, right?
But more than once. It was more than once.
It was more than once, but yeah. It was more than once. But now he's injured. Yeah, Daniel, now he's injured. He just had surgery on his ankle. But even before that, like it was just. And the thing is, it's not new with Basuma. Like he was late under Ange as well. So it's not even like this is the first couple times he's been late. He's always just had these type of attitude problems, and it's unfortunate because on a right mind Basuma would have actually been good next to Pelinha. But since we got Tottenham aside, I've always thought that Bentancur would basically be our placeholder 6 for the season until we end up buying a better 6, and then we'd have almost like a 6, 8, and a 10 in like a midfield 3. Because if we play with these 2 8s, like we see Bergvall, he wants to be on the right wing more than Kudus, and it doesn't help that Kudus gets double teamed because Bergvall wants to hold his hand, and it makes no sense to me. So we can't play with a flat 3 because we're gonna have to play with Sarr and
they'll
Bergvall,
just end up
and
going to
it's gonna be a shit show. Like, it's going to be a horror show, isn't it? Yeah. But that's the thing. Like Bergvall, I believe Bergvall can actually suit this, but I don't know. Like I can't believe in my mind that Bergvall's just allowed to run wherever he wants, and the manager don't criticize him. I can't believe that in my head, innit? Like I don't know why. I don't know why it's taken this long, but like Thomas Frank should just sit him down and give him clear instructions of what he's supposed to do, because I don't see any other midfielder on the wing as much as Bergvall. I don't see another midfielder hugging the striker as much as Bergvall. And it's like, no, whenever we play another 8, they don't do that. But Bergvall does that. And it's like, I don't know if Thomas Frank is telling him, yo, just do what you want to do on the pitch. If he is, then fair enough. He's following instructions. But if not, if Thomas Frank is giving him instructions and Bergvall can't follow them, then I can't. Like, we've got to either have conversations about how good Bergvall really is, or we got to have conversations about Thomas Frank.
Let me jump in quickly. I've got 1%.
Yeah, but anyway, carry on.
1%. I think his phone just died. To be fair, he said he had 1% back.
Yeah, it's literally just now. Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I think about it. Because some of the stuff I'm seeing from these midfielders, innit? Like, I have no problem. It's not working, innit? And it's like you either blame the players or you blame the manager. And the way I look at it, like Sarr hasn't. Because Sarr, the only midfielder I've seen that really shows any type of defiance is Basuma, and he hasn't been in the squad. He hasn't played a game under this manager, in an actual game. All the other managers seem to buy in completely to what Thomas Frank wants. So I can't sit here and say, even if the players are not good enough, in my opinion, to achieve what we want to achieve. If they're bought into the system, yet they keep doing this kind of stuff that's making us look worse, then I have to look at the manager and be like, yo, are you gonna like at least tell him, like, because like, he can't make Bergwijn a better player this early, but you could at least give him the right instructions,
like
tell him like where, like just guide him. Like Bergwijn's not gonna magically become flipping Modric or something just because Thomas Frank's here. But at the same time, you can at least, you know what I'm saying? Like, because obviously some people, we have to clarify, because some people are expecting, because Thomas Frank's
some
a coach,
people like, we
have to clarify, because for some people, because Thomas Frank's a coach, Odegaard's supposed to have been turned into.
No, I like Frank, but I'm not expecting Odegaard to turn to Bale. And
you get what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to clarify that some of these men are just not going to do that. Like, it doesn't matter how much coaching they get. But like, you can at least give them instructions on what you need them to do in the midfield, because Bergwijn just looks like he's playing on free roam. Like he's just running around. And at least with Xavi Simons, he actually picks up decent positions. Bergwijn doesn't pick up any good positions at all.
No,
especially when he's in the 10. So
I don't know what he's doing.
No, 100%. Sometimes I'm just clueless. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, like I was like, thankfully he took him off later on, but I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, that's what we were trying to say. Like,
but Bergwijn's not a natural 10, so it's like he doesn't know what to do in that position. I think he's more of an 8. He's not really a 10. And like you see Xavi Simons, he actually drops into those kind of positions. And I agree, Scott. Some people think Thomas Frank's a magician, which is crazy. But you see Xavi Simons, he actually drops into those pockets where a 10 should normally be. So his brain is just wired to be a 10. No one can play it to him, because most of the time we have Bentancur next to Paulinho, who wants to play in basically a back three makeshift when we're on ball. But it's I just think that when it comes to Thomas Frank, there's a lot of things he can do that he hasn't done. And while he does deserve props for the stuff that he has done well, that doesn't mean I'm going to excuse the stuff he hasn't done well. This is not me saying Thomas Frank should be sacked.
Because someone wrote a comment in the chat saying about the fear of the manager. Do you think that part of the reason that we're not playing as, like, is expansive the word? I don't know. Or the midfield he's picking, like with the Bentancur Paulina, is that he's afraid that because of what happened, say, last season, we conceded so many goals, that he's been almost too safe with the selections of the midfield. For example, like Bentancur Paulina is like almost every game, right? And then he puts like either Bergwijn or Simons, or he's not played Sarr there. Only in this season.
You mean how the fans think we're playing too safe, or how the manager thinks?
No. I'm saying our fans think we're playing too safe. But I'm saying, but do you think we're playing too safe because he's also afraid that if we become more expansive, we're going to concede? Or I don't know, like because of last season.
All right, I get what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. To be fair, I'm not saying that's what I'm just saying that's what. No, which is fair enough. But what I'd say is I'd understand it if it was working, but Bentancur and Paulinho hasn't been working. It works in some aspects. Well, if we're not going to dominate the ball, or if we're not going to at least match the opposition for the possession for the most part, in terms of actual proper possession, not just us passing around our defense, but like actual possession in which we're trying to do something with the ball.
Yeah.
Unless we're doing something like that, Paulinho and Bentancur has just caused problems, and it's mainly been Bentancur's fault, because there's no one going to tell me that Paulinho has let down Bentancur. Yeah, it's always been Bentancur's performances letting down the team. And I understand in terms of like ideas and expansiveness and all of that, but the thing is with Frank is that's kind of what he was brought in to do. Like, no one's telling him he has to play Ange ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand a lot of Thomas Frank haters are people who was backing Ange. I understand that people who hated Ange are now backing Thomas Frank. Like, I understand the dynamic of it, to be fair. But again, like, I'm not really too worried about the results side of it. Like, I mean, like, look at the competition we played so far, and look who we've got coming up. We've got to go to St. James's Park twice in a month. We have to play against Arsenal away. We got to play Chelsea. We got to play Everton. That's PSG. Yeah. You know, like, we got a lot of bad games. Like, if we lose all those games, am I going to be saying Thomas Frank out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what people would want at that point. You know, it's like, I'm looking more at the performance side of it. Like, if we get steamrolled every game in terms of performance-wise, then sure, we can have that conversation. But if we play up to the competition, but because we're just not good enough, we lose, am I going to be saying Thomas Frank out because of that? Like, no. It's always for me, it's always the performance. I know TJ got over here to talk about the results and side of it and all of that. For me, I don't even think we're winning a trophy. So you know what I'm saying? I don't even think we're winning a trophy. So we're not winning a trophy. In my opinion, we're not finishing top 4. So not to say that the results don't matter, but they don't matter to me as much as the performances, because it's his first season. We understand the limitations that he has. I'm just looking for the mistakes that he's been making. I need him to fix up on those. The things that he can't control are the things that he can't control. You know what I'm saying? Like if Tottenham miskicks the ball, I can't blame him for that.
Yeah, so for example, the attack, like when I look at us, the only reason I bring up the fear comment before is that, so when Odeberg gets in the box, for example, or Simmons gets in the box where he can shoot, or, I mean, tells a different story, but like these players, do you think the problem is themselves, or do you think the problem is like Frank hasn't coached them to like cross the ball? I don't know. I'm just asking you because like I don't know what the solution is to that either, really. Because
I would say mainly the problem is mainly the players in that instance, because like for example the Aston Villa game, like we lost that game, but in my opinion we created very good clear-cut chances to win the game. In my opinion, we were the better team, we had the better chances, but when Bentancur misses a wide open header, when Odeberg misses a chance like that, when Tell doesn't even kick the ball, like what are we going to expect the manager to do at that point? You get what I'm saying? Like we outperformed Villa, and they had to rely on Buendia and Morgan Rogers scoring 2 amazing goals, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't blame the manager for us losing that game. However, you can look at certain other performances and be like, nah, this one's on Thomas.
It was kind of his fault.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can look at it's really, and that's why I say, like, I always put into context these kind of losses. Like the only time where results mean more than anything is when you're like actually gunning for these trophies. Like Liverpool, when they had won 5 out of 5, of course they're gonna say, oh, look at the results, but the performances, because they're that type of team where when it push comes to shove, they just need the points. For us, we're not in that kind of position because we're not good enough. We have to make sure that the performances actually match out, because the hardest thing to do is to have good performances while getting good results. That's what separates these teams. That's what makes these teams in different tiers. And for us, we had the trophy. We can go a year without a trophy. You know, like it's not the end all be all if we don't win a trophy because we just won one. And for me as a fan personally, I'm looking for the performances. If Thomas Frank makes a mistake, he's able to identify it and rectify it. Even it doesn't have to be straight away, but over time, I want to see these things rectified, which is again another reason why I'm not Thomas Frank out. I think that's stupid because a manager needs time to rectify these things. I think some of the problems he has made, he can fix with the players at hand. I think that's just a pop out that people are making, in my personal opinion. But I'm going to give him time. Like I was very critical of Ange very early on. For people who, because I wasn't making content during Ange's first season, the first game in which I was critical of Ange was the Sheffield United game. Remember when we were 1-0 down at home and we scored 2 last-minute goals and we won 2-1? Yeah, you remember that game? That was part of the 10 games, isn't it? That was I was looking at Ange with the side eye from that game, and look how long it took for me to become Ange out. It took me until Tamworth, so that's a year and a half gap right there. So just because I have Frank on fraud watch and I'm looking at Frank and I'm looking at it doesn't mean that I'm gonna be Frank out next week. That's not how that works, innit? I like to give managers every single chance in the book before I say, you know what, I don't think you can do what I think you can do, innit? What we need from you for this club. So you might hear me say Thomas Frank in for another year or 2 before I say Frank out. All I can do right now though is on a game-to-game basis, look at the stuff that we look at the result first of all, then look at the performance, see how we can improve, see if Thomas Frank's able to adapt to that and be able to make us look better. And if he doesn't do that, then I'm going to call it out. And if at the end of the day, if he ends up finishing top 6, I'm a happy man. You know what I'm saying? If he's able to do all these things and I'm like, the style of play and the tactics are still looking like this and he's able to still finish top 6 in one of the harder Premier League years, because if you look at the competition, the Prem is difficult right now. The amount of competition there is. If he's managed to play Brighton, you literally like the competition this year is crazy. So if Thomas Frank's able to take this team and finish top 6, regardless of what I think about the tactics, regardless of whether I think about the substitutions and the lineups and the formations, if he's able to do what I feel like he's supposed to do, which is finish top 6, I'm gonna shut my mouth about when it comes to the tactics, because he's done what I need him to do. If he's doing what I need him to do, it doesn't matter how we play football. It doesn't matter what. Yeah, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like if because Ant won that trophy, innit? Like if obviously he needed to go regardless. I'm not saying he needed to stay, but I couldn't talk shit on the guy. You know what I'm saying? Right after that trophy, because it's like, you know what? Hey, fair enough, bro. You actually did it. Fair, isn't it? You know, if Poch had won the trophy, I wouldn't have criticized Harry Kane.
Well, I don't think you're Frank out anyway, so it's fine.
I'm not.
I don't think TJ's Frank out either. It's just people get really. I hate Ange anyway. But I'm not so defensive of Frank as everyone else. Maybe I don't know, because like the Bournemouth game were rubbish. There's been loads of games when I just don't think. Like for me, I'm with you. The midfield setup is the biggest problem because the attackers. I think he's done as much as he can with them because I just don't see how much more we can do with them. Like, but the midfield is the biggest problem because we're just not. Like, you can see like we're so disjointed with the selections he's made and just whatever style or whatever he's doing with the three of them. I don't know what. Like, it's just not working. Like he's improved the defense like 100%, but the midfield is the biggest problem because if we can somehow link Simmons with, you know, the rest of the team like together, like why you said Panino, Sarr, and Simmons, for example. And Sarr just is the ball carrier and picks Simmons out to these positions. Like, if theoretically speaking, right, then we'll probably look like 10 times better because the midfield is the problem. Like, I can see it as well, man. Like, it's such a problem.
Yeah, because the midfield is the most important part.
Sight passes, so we're not really progressing with the ball. And then Simmons is either like dropping really deep to collect it, and then he's not able to kind of like progress it from really deep. Because that was evident a lot in the Villa game. I remember seeing it. Like he was dropping really deep, but he wasn't, able to progress it. So like it's a big problem. I think that's the biggest problem. That's probably why we're suffering as well.
Yeah, and also it doesn't help that Odegaard and Kudus or whoever the wingers are, they're like touchline wingers in their system. The way we play, they're really hugging the touchline. And of course, Kudus is like he's obviously been one of our best players, if not our best player apart from Pelinia. But the wingers, I've noticed a lot. They're very much touchline wingers. So a lot of the time they're just kind of isolated. If it's not for the fullback, either overlapping or inverting to provide a little passing option, they're pretty much just one-on-one with their fullback all the time. And it's good for Kudus because Kudus can beat his man and Odegaard on the occasion can beat his man. But sometimes, especially and this is something I'll ask from wingers, sometimes just like drop in a little bit just to provide a passing option. Because if we know the ball's going to Kudus' side, I'm looking at the left winger, whether it's Odegaard or Johnson or whoever, tuck in a little bit just to help the midfield with a passing option because we know it's going down the right side. At least just tuck in it instead of saying high and wide and basically icing yourself out the game. To be fair, I know this is something, in my opinion, the player should do on his own. But at the same time, I'd also look to Thomas Frank to ask them to do something like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's his job, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's his job as a manager. Like, I understand some players, you should have the IQ to know, okay, I got to drop here a little bit. And then I could come back out wide if it looks like we're going to switch the ball. But it's also on the manager to make these kind of calls, isn't it? Like, just tuck in a bit, just provide an extra option. And because if you tuck in a bit, the other fullbacks rendered useless. They have to tuck in as well if they don't do that. And that just causes mix-up within the defense. So it's just like little things that we can do. But I can't blame him for having Tell up front. Like, I can't. If Odegaard's one-on-one and he misses because he can't shoot, like I can't blame that on Thomas Frank.
How
there's
was
going to be games like that. Yeah, there's going to be games like that. Villa's the best example, but there's going to be more games in the future where we put in a good performance, we're outperforming the other team, and we just can't score because it's Richarlison or Tell or Odegaard who's trying to shoot and they can't score. It's like at that point you can't blame the manager. I know some people will because some people, for them, they just want as much ammo as they can. Like that's what they're really in it for. They're just in for the ammo to shoot the gun. But with every loss, there's context. With every win, there's context. With every game, there's context, and I'm not about to, as soon as we lose, this is why Thomas Frank is this. And nah, man, like, come on. There's sometimes the manager can't use that.
I think people switch on Twitter really quick, Like,
yeah, but I don't even take Twitter seriously, man.
Well,
TJ, man, you're naked, bro.
Yeah, naked, man. Naked in the nude. Come on, man. Man. Come on, man. I'm a handsome guy.
At least talk to the gal like that. You're not on FaceTime. You're on a live stream with two men.
Bro, that's the whole thing, isn't it? For the girls them to see, man.
What gal them is in the stream?
Yeah, bro, there's no chicks watching the stream,
Hey,
bro.
no gal in this stream, bro. Hey, no gal in this stream.
Is that much better? Yeah.
Yeah.
What you man telling me though? You man good? Sorry, man. I got home, innit?
Nah, we're chilling, man. We're chilling.
We were talking about the midfield, isn't it? So, like, it's the biggest problem, TJ. What would you do to the midfield to fix it?
Like I said, I would play Sarr, man. I think when Sarr started playing for Frank, he was outstanding.
Yeah. 100%.
I don't know why he didn't carry on using him, but for me, Sarr is not as technical as most of the other players in terms of, like he has so much to improve on, but it's just his energy level that no other player has. He can run for like 90 minutes, and for me, I would obviously play Sarr. I would start Pelina, and there's no other person then playing what is it called? Bentancur. Maybe Simmons. You can even play Simmons. If we are playing Simmons in the middle.
That's what Elijah was saying, to play that midfield.
Yeah. That's if we're playing Simmons in the middle. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
But if we're not playing Simmons in the middle, you'll have to start Bentancur. I think Bergvall and Sarr on the pitch is too much. Do you understand where I'm coming from? They don't have Bergvall can improve massively, but Bergvall is still developing, and his positionings can be a bit off as well, So for me, I think Sarr should get a running game. Like, I don't know why he got dropped. Did he get injured? Do you know why he stopped playing?
Apparently it was a precaution, but I don't know. I think he should be playing at this point. I don't know why he dropped him, to be honest.
There's also another player that I know Elijah's going to disagree with me, but Archie Gray. The only reason why I'm saying that is because he's had 2 performances against Bodo Glimt and obviously against what's the other team? What's the recent team? Monaco. And he has been outstanding. And remember, I'm a person to reward good form. Well, the thing is about him playing in the middle. Look, again, I don't know, man. It's such a difficult task. I don't see why Frank can't play 2 strikers, decide to go with two up top. What's stopping him? Yeah, what's stopping him? He plays in the 10. If you're not playing Simmons, it's going to have to be what is it called? Bergvall. I think that's the only other option that we have.
We don't want me and Elijah were like, we don't want to see Bergvall.
But that's the only other option as the 10. Or you could do this. You could move Kudos in the middle because he has played in the 10 many times before. And you go with Brennan Johnson on the wing. But again, that's still such a weak lineup because Brennan Johnson offers nothing going forward. I don't know, man. It's a difficult task. Look, for me, Frank has a difficult task on his hand. I just hope he can get much better. Sorry, can you read the comments? I can't see the comments, man. I'm too busy eating my food.
Scott saying Gray can't play, especially in midfield.
Sorry, say that again?
Scott is saying Gray can't play, especially in midfield.
So Gray can't play, especially in midfield.
Because he doesn't rate Archie Gray, basically.
Look, I don't think I think all of us don't rate him, and this is not me saying I rate him. However, from the templates of good performances against Bodo Glimt, Archie Gray was one of our best players, right? Monaco, he played as a left back or right back or whatever the position. Sorry, I'm a bit tired, innit? He was probably one of our best defenders. You get where I'm coming from? He had a good game, in my opinion. I'm not saying that he's outstanding, but I'm under understanding if you're playing well, you play the players. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Whether you agree with it or you disagree with it. I was just offering that name as an extra, but personally, I would play Papa Sarr. I think Papa Sarr needs to get some run of games, in my opinion.
Fair, sorry, my bad. I just come back.
Yeah, do your thing, bro. You know, we were just talking about the midfielding situation, and I'm saying Papa Sarr needs to get some games.
Oh yeah. No, I fully agree. Because my midfield three would be Palhinha, Sarr, and Xavi Simons. To be fair, I don't know
if
necessarily.
Xavi Simons plays in the midfield. You see, this is the thing, isn't it? If Xavi Simons plays in the midfield, I'll easily have that lineup. The only thing is, if Xavi Simons plays on the left, then I would do something like this, and I think this could work. But then again, I question Brennan Johnson's understanding. Kudos in the middle. We've seen him play in the middle. He's played in the middle so many times. He's done it, not at Tottenham, but he's done it he's done it quite a lot in the middle. And you have Brennan Johnson on the right, and then obviously Odegaard on the left. That could be another option that we can do. We can investigate. But for me, right now, I think what Frank should do is play Papa Sarr. He was his best performer until he dropped him, which I don't understand the reasons behind it. I didn't see him as injured. I thought Papa Sarr was playing phenomenal.
I think it picked up on my injury, to be fair. But then afterwards, ever since he came back, he just hasn't been getting in the team at all, to be honest. So,
the thing about Bentancur, I don't know what it is. He signed this new contract, and he's been awful, man. He's been awful.
I think
it's just a bad fit.
It's his ACL as well. I mean, obviously since the ACL, he's not been the same player. But also he's older. I think I'm with Elijah. I think long term he should be like a backup number 6 or something, because I just don't think he can do much else anymore.
But what's the reason of signing him on for a longer contract?
So if we sell him, we can get money for him instead of him just walking for free.
Fair. But realistically, how much are we looking to get off of Bentancur?
We didn't. So we only signed him for like 17 mil. So even if we sell him for like 10 million, that's still recouping over half of the money we paid for him. So it's not like we're gonna end up getting much for him. I hear that, but that 10 million will go into paying someone's wages, or go into, so we can spend 20 million on a down payment for another player. It's just better than him walking for nothing. To be honest, it's just good business signing him to an extension. To be fair, especially with the way our midfield, like if Basuma's not going to play at all because of his own actions, then it's better than we just have guaranteed Bentancur. Yeah, it's better if we just have, even if he ends up being a backup because we signed someone better.
Such a shame, though. That whole Basuma thing is such a shame, because for me, Basuma would be the perfect midfielding partner for Palhinha.
I'm with you. The problem is if you let him get away with it, like the rest of the players won't respect him, basically, pretty much.
Yeah, that's why I understand why he's not playing. It's like I'm not putting that on the manager at all, because if Basuma just took the game more seriously, then he wouldn't be in this position. You know what I'm saying? And obviously he's injured. I hope he recovers and gets back to full strength. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is something. Yeah, he had surgery. It
was on his story, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, I think he just got ankle surgery. But that's the thing. But this isn't new for Basuma. Like, he's been having these type of problems ever since he's been at Tottenham under different managers. So this isn't something that's just happened out of nowhere. So it's unfortunate, because the idea of what we think Basuma could be next to Palhinha, with his actual traits, like he's a much better carrier of the ball than anyone we really have. His long range passing and his short range passing is good. He's a decent defender as well. Problem is just his attitude. And his attitude's got him where it's got him right now. It's unfortunate.
The question I'm going to ask you guys: would you sign Palhinha on a full contract, like permanent,
as soon as possible?
Yeah. Okay, cool. The only reason, hear me out. The only reason why I would say no, why I would say no, because I feel like there are players on the market that we could get that could even be better in the long run. You got,
But that's
people,
that's more of a reason to sign Polinia though.
but here and now, yeah, 100%. But if it's gonna block us
Polinia's
in a
good now.
move, okay, cool. The question now I'm gonna ask you: if it's gonna block us from getting a player like a Wharton or a player like a Belieber, personally, I rate Belieber so much in it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It wouldn't block us because they're the type of player to play next to them, to Polinia. Because you got to think about Wharton and Belieber, they would provide the legs that Polinia doesn't have. Plus, they're a lot better on the ball than Polinia. Like Polinia is literally just a destroyer. He's just an elite tackler and destroyer. You need someone else next to him that can do all that stuff, which is why, in theory, Bentancur should work next to him because Bentancur does all the other stuff. But it's not working now because it hasn't been working. But getting someone, especially Wharton, but Belieber as well, that's someone you play next to Polinia. And the thing is, like, Polinia's only going to be this level for we only need him for 2-3 years. Like, Polinia's 30 now. He's going to be able to play like this until maybe 33, maybe 34 for pushing it, something like that. But Polinia, he's going to be 30 million euros if we sign him. He's he's the best defensive six in the league,
right now.
In my opinion.
Yeah, right now.
In my opinion, in the league.
Right now,
if you want to say Caicedo, maybe, but Polinia's top 3, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason we shouldn't sign. 30 million for 3 years of Polinia.
Why we shouldn't? Yeah, no. Look, I personally, why worded it like that? Look, I want to sign Polinia. However, if it's going to block us from getting other players, then I wouldn't.
I get what you're saying. I just don't agree because
I wouldn't.
We, especially this transfer window, like these men signed Isak even though they signed Ekitike. You know what I'm saying? City are known for having strong positions and still signing wingers. You know, like you're gonna get your game time. You're gonna get it.
I think what you're saying though, is that Tottenham don't move like that. That's what
Tottenham known for that.
They don't move like that. I hear that they don't move like that, but we need a midfielder, regardless if we sign Polinia or not. We need a midfielder anyway. So 100%. If we don't sign Polinia, that means we need 2 midfielders. So it's
if we sign Polinia and the Frank comes out and says, "Yeah, we've done our midfielding business," are you going to be happy with the window? Personally, I won't be.
I wouldn't either, but I'm not. Again, that would be on the manager. Firstly, that wouldn't be on the club. But second of all, if we sign Polinia on a permanent, and then the board comes out and says, "That's our business done," then would you rather we don't sign Polinia and then see what else we can buy for 30 million euros? Because I guarantee it won't be as good as Polinia.
Oh no, if we don't sign Polinia, I'm expecting us to sign Wharton or Belieber, in my opinion.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why we have to sign Polinia and then sign them because first of all, Wharton and Belieber, I don't think they're coming to Tottenham anyway. But let's say we had the opportunity to sign them in it. Yep. That's why you have to sign Polinia to that because value for money wise, there isn't anyone that we know that's prem proven as good as Polinia right now. Polinia is one of the best sixes in the league, and he's only going to cost us 30 million euros. When we look at, especially if we want to look at prem tax too, Wharton and Belieber are going to cost closer to 100 million. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be damn near 80 million plus.
Oh yeah,
so when it comes to Polinia, we got to sign him for that money because one thing Tottenham have always done here is try to find the best deal for the lowest price. That's what Tottenham have always done. And we're literally slapped in the face right now. One of the best sixes in the league who wants to be at Tottenham.
There shouldn't be no excuses of why we shouldn't sign him.
Exactly. Plus 25 million pounds. That's the most Tottenham deal I've ever seen in my life.
You're right. No, 100%. If you say it like that, there shouldn't be no excuses of us getting Polinia and another player. However, my concerns are if we just get Polinia, although I really like him, let me make that clear. I think he's been our best signing. He's been our best signing in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And if we don't get someone else onto him, we will have the same situation as we're having now. Do you understand where I'm coming from? That's my biggest concern.
I fully get what you're saying, innit?
That's my biggest concern, to be honest.
I fully get what you're saying, but we have signing Palinha is
Realistically, we should be signing Palinha. Let's keep it. But
it's better than not signing him. Like there's no downside to us signing Palinha. You know what I'm saying? There's literally no downside. It's only upside by signing Palinha on a permanent deal.
It's not that expensive either. Like he's not that.
That's what I'm saying. It's £25 million. There's literally no downside at all to signing Palinha.
There shouldn't be a downside, but Tottenham always finds a way.
True.
They always find a way, man.
I think what TJ's scared of is like, say we sign Paulinho, and then they're like, say we keep Bentancur, just as an example, and he's like, oh, these are my sixes. I'm not going to sign, because in TJ's head, like mine sort of as well, like Wharton and Believer are kind of sixes as well, aren't they? Really, or not?
They can play sixes and they can play eights.
No, I understand. I know. I get what you guys are saying, but in my opinion, if we make Palinha permanent and don't sign another midfielder, that's better than not signing Palinha and then trying to find two midfielders.
Yeah.
Okay,
because we already have Palinha.
I disagree with that. No, I disagree with that, Elijah. I disagree. If we only sign Palinha, we settle for Palinha, because then that means.
No, I'm saying in your scenario. No, but your scenario was, what if we don't sign? If we don't sign Palinha, I'm expecting two midfielders, and I'm saying, and you said you like Palinha and you want him to sign. But let's say if he doesn't sign, then you're expecting two other midfielders. I'm saying that given that we know what Spurs are like, and I know we don't have Levy no more, but ENIC is still running the club. I'm saying I would rather bank on us signing Palinha and not doing anything else than not signing Palinha and then having to rely on Tottenham to go sign two other midfielders, one to replace him and then one that we actually need.
Yeah.
If I was to honestly put my head to this, and not because I want to be like just out there, but for me, if I know, and it has to be confirmed, didn't it? If I know we're just only getting Palinha, I am going to be pissed off. The reason being, I'm seeing it as you're not just signing Belieber or Wharton for now, you're signing them players for the future as well. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So for me, as Palinha's age is against him. He could play until 34, 35. Yes, we can argue that, right? But I'm seeing it as Palinha, for me, is not going to get better than what he's already at, right? Whereas Belieber and Wharton, more Wharton in my opinion, because he seems like he's becoming a crop of a player, right? Plus English tax as well, but Wharton, for me, he's got the age on his side, but also when he hits that 30 age as Palinha, I think he's going to be better than Palinha.
Which is fine, but how old is Wharton though? I swear he's not going to be 30.
Wharton's 22. He's 32.
That's what I'm saying. Palinha might be retired by the time he hits 30. You know what I'm saying? But like the whole point is, as of right now, though, the reason why we want a Wharton is not based off potential, or at least not just based.
The ceiling is higher for Wharton. Oh, before you carry on, and I'm gonna let you know, the ceiling is higher for Wharton and Belieber than Palinha, right? So, if you're saying the ceiling is higher for these two players, I would assume I'm not talking about now. I'm not saying you come in and just make an effort now. These guys will improve in the next 5 years. So we're gonna bet. That's why they've signed players like Bergvall, Archie Gray, whether we agree on it or we disagree, whether they have a future or not. The players like Kinksky, all of these players that have a high ceiling, whether they can meet it or not. But I would assume a club that plans ahead would go for them type of players, then sanction and Palinha's not even old. 30's young, man. It makes sense sound old.
I hear what you're saying, TJ. Because I gotta go after you.
Yeah, go for it,
I'm
my
gonna say
brother.
this on my head out. But I understand.
We're gonna finish up anyway.
Fair. I understand the idea of getting Wharton because he's young and he will progress into something better. But the point is that Wharton, you'd want Wharton now, not just because of his potential, but because of how good he is right now. And that's the thing as well. Like you've got to be able to mix, like especially if you want to compete and you want to win trophies, you can't just always be looking into the future. You have to mix the future with now. That's why Man City right now are still competing for the league. But look at the players they've signed, didn't it? They still have their OGs who are still good enough, and they still have younger players. And when it comes to someone like Palinha, one thing that we've always said that we were lacking, especially last season, is veteran leadership. We now get that with someone like Palhinha.
We need it.
We need it because it's not. Romero's out right now, so if we didn't have Palhinha, what veteran leadership do we have? It's not a crazy amount. We don't have Kulusevski either, who's been a pro for about 7-8 years. So someone like Palhinha is a veteran, one of the best sixers in the league as of right now. Yes, we're getting him at his peak. He's going to regress, but this is why we need someone who could do the running with him. Because if Palhinha is doing all this running right now, you're just going to make it faster. His regression. Yeah, he's going to regress quicker. You need someone to do that athletic, because what Palhinha does well is his IQ, his ability to put himself in certain positions. So yes, I understand Palhinha's at his height right now, and there's nothing but down from here as the years go on. But you can't always just be looking into the future, because that means we're going to have to be waiting for the whole squad to get better in 3 years. And by the time, we can't even enjoy the fruits of their labor, because once they get to their peak, we're now going to be looking at the younger people coming through, waiting for them to get better. While even though we've waited 3 or 4 years for Bergvall and Archie and all these men to become some of the best in the world, let's say they do, by the time they become the best in the world, when they're like 26, 27, now we're looking at Bergvall Jr. and Archie Jr. when they're 20 years old to come in and start taking their place over them, to become the best in the world.
I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Before we end this, I just want to add something else into this as well, yeah? I agree with everything you said. You're so right. The problem we have, obviously, that's our narrative of Tottenham. We want ready and made players now. And let me make it clear, I want Palhinha. I'm not saying I don't, right? But I want Palhinha. The problem is the club is not moving like that. They're bringing in these unexperienced players and expecting them to become the best of the best. We've even seen it. What did I say? What did I tell you about Xavi Simons? We both agreed that he's not going to be the player that we want to be now, right? So if the club is running the way they're running, which means the owners are wrong. The owners are not viewing the scenario. We're not looking to buy players to challenge for the title. The same way Levy said he wants to challenge for the title and challenge for the Champions League. These players are not on that level yet. So it's a waiting game. But yeah, cool. That's all I wanted to say, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Score prediction for like Saturday. I'm saying 0-0. I think it's gonna be 0-0 on Sunday.
I'm saying
1-0 loss. 1-0 loss.
Fair. So we've got 1-0 loss, a 1-0 win, and a 0-0.
Everton is on some smoke right now, man.
I know, but I think we're gonna win the game. I think
so. I hope so as well, man. I hope I'm wrong.
Watch along on Sunday, then. I didn't watch along on Sunday.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch.
Yeah. So everyone go subscribe to Too Much if you haven't already. He's doing watch along on Sunday. And TJ, you doing anything or?
I'm probably just gonna watch it at home. Nothing much.
No, I mean as in content.
You know I'm not serious about this thing, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I you know, every single time I say, "Yo, I'm gonna be serious," I'm not, man. You know what? Someone has to pay me to make this serious, isn't it? That's how I'll become serious. If I don't get paid for it,
if you get monetized.
I can't.
That's the whole point of doing YouTube, bro. You get monetized so YouTube can pay you to make content. That's literally how it works.
You know what it is, isn't it? I'm that one that wants to get rich quick.
Well, just crash out on YouTube, yeah, and you'll get views quick in there, and then you can worry about the stuff later.
It's too much stress as well, man.
Bro, if we lose 3-0 on Sunday, just crash out and then.
Oh, if we lose more than 3 goals on Sunday, you will see a crash out. You don't even have to see.
Yeah, you don't even have to see. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to see me on, bro. I'll come on one of your. I usually come midway through the game and talk my shit on Elijah's channel, man. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm frustrated.
I need to start being back in the Discord for the watch alongs, actually, just so you can join. And
yeah, you haven't been there for a minute. There's been a few games where I've jumped on and we're like, oh damn, you're not even in this thing, innit?
Yeah, I need to start doing that because I was doing that every watch along and then I stopped. Yeah, I need to start.
Yeah. All right, cool. No worries. You guys enjoy. Thanks for having me on again, Haz. Really appreciate it.
Mate, you were like running away from the feds and then you went get some shine.
Oh, listen, the Fed were after, man. Nah, serious note, bro. They were after, man. Man. Imagine I'm on an electric bike sweating. Bro, there's something wrong.
Sweating on an electric bike is crazy, bro.
It's crazy, exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. I got a jet in it. So
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Take care.
in a bit.
In a bit.
In a bit.